They're ridiculous.
They are. Hey guys, welcome back to K&S Get Out. Do you see this gloriousness above us? That's sunshine and blue skies. Woo. Still a little chilly this morning, but it's supposed to get up to a little bit over 50, I think, which is a glorious
like 57.
day. Oh, is it that high?
Yeah.
Even better.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you can hear, we got some hungry goats in here and they are letting us know.
Yeah, they are.
That's the longest break they've... Oh, there we go. I ruined it.
Look at this guy in jail.
Why are you in the nursery by yourself, big guy?
You didn't tell everybody how you tried to go after Hair Bear?
I did not do such a thing, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. So part of our new challenges, and you guys knew and we knew this was going to be something we just had to get used to, and everybody would have to figure out. Larry and Harry are without their protector, Blue. And Larry does great with that. He stands up for himself. He's not the biggest goat in the pen, but he kind of commands their respect and he doesn't back down. Even from Spruce, although Spruce always wins. Harry, on the other hand, I'm not sure. Oh, he's up on the haircut now. Harry's not quite as skilled as Larry. Herc knows that Blue's not in here, and so he can't go hide behind her. And when Herc gets excited, he takes off after Harry. I hate that. So we had come off the e-collar quite a bit because he was doing really well. But whenever we change the dynamic in the goat pen, we kind of have to go back to that training. It's just, don't want him to accidentally hurt one of the goatlets, specifically Harry, because he's definitely our most fragile goat of the bunch that's out here now.
They just gradually make their way all over the land.
They like to be a part of every project. They just kind of sneak over and then they get loud.
Yeah.
Well, today is Monday. The babies were born last Wednesday and we're starting to get more activity out of them. They got to work out a little bit more and then they go nap and then they come back out and work and they're getting their legs under them. So we're going to get the big guys fed, get Blue fed, and see if we can catch them in a little bit of action today, especially since the sun shines out. Hi, Bluesy. Do we need to feed you first so you can get ready to nurse everybody? I mean, I know you did already. It was caught you on camera this morning. Hi, little guy. Yeah. Are we doing tricks in here too? Where's your sister? Hi, pretty girl. Hi, little guy. Do you hear them back there? Let's not pick up those habits. You're too cute for that. I'm glad to see them attempting that. They are really young to actually successfully be eating hay, but Blue does a good job at staying fed on her hay. And these guys are clearly witnessing that. Watch out, yeah. I'm coming. Mama's bringing the food around right now. You guys ready? Hi, Larry. How are you, buddy? He is definitely the most active, curious one. I learned a hard lesson yesterday. One that I already knew, I just made the mistake. We get some comments that some of you are raising goats and we have motivated you to do so, or we're inspiring you to do so. That's awesome. We have a petting zoo here. Our goats love us, we love our goats, but don't trust them. Well, kind of. Yesterday I was petting and loving on Koopa, and Koopa and Little Mario are definitely the two, that's Mama's boys. They definitely go after the zippers and the hoodie strings and anything they can get on your jackets, clothing, hair. And Koopa was just kind of licking my finger, nibbling on it a little bit. I wasn't paying attention and he put it back to his back molars and pierced my index finger, just pop. Started bleeding immediately, and it's right on the end of my dominant hand, my right hand index finger. Definitely avoid letting your finger get that far down their mouths because they get to the back part of them, and that's where they can snap branches and chew little sticks and things like that and easily break the skin on your finger, if not way worse. It could have been worse. Fortunately, he's not a huge goat yet, but You know, lesson learned, my fault. And you don't realize how much that index finger does until it's injured or in a Band-Aid or whatever. It's just annoying. How are we doing, boys? Num, 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 num. Pretty good. Num, num. Num, 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 num. Num, 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 num. Get all the powder, 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 powder. Num, num, num. That little tongue working? Num, 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 num. Is this what you were talking about that whole time? Yeah, 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 yeah. Num, 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 num. You're silly. Are you getting all your powder too? Can't really see it, can we? Good work. This is a happy sight. Deceitfully cold at the moment. I think it's in the upper 30s. And spruce is done. New challenges. You want me to put him in a leg lock? We learned this little trick with Mr. Spruce, who's a very diligent food stealer when he's done eating. He comes out here and takes these boys. But you can get him behind his head, and then his big old body's big enough, he ain't getting through there. And his horns aren't quite long enough to stab you. Mom, you're lucky I love you. I would break right out of this leg lock. You would be in trouble. This is the stupidest move ever.
Yeah, well, you taking everybody's food is not the smartest move either.
Is it the spruce noose?
Yep.
What a goober.
He hates it.
I really hate it. Frustrating. You guys are a little ornery today, aren't you?
Man, it's like the sunshine just brings out a different version of everybody.
It does. We're kind of having a challenging time with this guy. He was so used to having his food available all the time, but as Harry got bigger, he got way more into stealing Herc's food. So we've had to feed him when we come out and feed the goats. And sometimes we'll come out in the middle of the day. That's cute. Sometimes, a lot of times, we'll come out in the middle of the day if he doesn't eat a lot in the mornings. There we go. Good boy, Hercules. If he doesn't eat a lot in the mornings, we'll come out in the middle of the day, however many times we need to, until we see him eat the quantity that we're expecting him to eat. And especially when it's cooler out, cold of an evening, it's been raining the last couple days, you know, he's got to keep his energy up and he's got to keep his temperature maintained. So eating is very important. We're not 100% sure. We've tried, what have you tried now? We had chicken broth.
I've tried chicken broth. I've tried beef broth. We really need to move forward on getting chickens so that we can start giving them an egg.
I would love that.
Obviously, that's not an instantaneous thing.
No, it is not.
I don't know what to do.
So we're still working on that. Historically, dogs that were in my family or whatever, you give them canned food. It's got a little more flavor to it. They seem to like it a little more. So I think I'm going to buy him some canned food to see if we can kind of supplement and make sure he eats that can, and then he still gets his kibble when we're down here feeding. But we're just going to kind of have to work with it, test it, see what he likes. If you've been with us for a while and you remember when he was younger, I don't even know how long ago now, he had really runny stools and we were concerned about it. But as we've observed him over all this time, we realize how much he uses his poop to mark the whole pen. And I think it's just that he speeds up digestion. We'll see fully solid stools ever so often, but he uses every drop of pee and every bit of poo to mark different places. He'll do it over there right in front of the goatlet pen because he can't get in there. That's his way of telling predators, like, hey, big scary Herc lives here.
Well, the other thing too is we did have a sponsorship opportunity for fresh food for him, fresh dog food, and he ate it for, I would say, 3 days.
Yep.
And that was it. So we didn't really feel like we could follow through with that just because we didn't want to recommend something that he wasn't actually going to eat.
He just seems to have a very particular stomach.
He's just not food driven.
No, he eats to stay alive and get energy, and other than that, he doesn't care. And we're not bashing the food company, we're not saying anything, we're not even saying who they were. We just, you know, when you start to work with a company like that and changing a dog to a different food, that's a big process. So, you know, it was a relationship established, communication between us, and we just had to be honest with him and say, hey, Hercules isn't the dog for this. Nala might have gotten some of the rest of the meals. She loved him. Hi, boys. Here, bigger. think I hear the birds maybe over at the neighbors a little bit. Can't spot them. By the way, the polyurethane solution that we put up on all the screw holes in the hay shed worked all throughout the last 2 days. It's been raining nonstop, probably a little over an inch of rain total, which is not a lot, but it's just been consistent. And I guess an inch is kind of a lot, a little over an inch. But I'm happy to report we don't have the water in here like we had. So none of our hay got wet, and I had just went and bought 12 bales, and none of our feed, I grabbed some feed bags, none of our feed got wet. So huge win there. Thank you, Stan. Appreciate your help, buddy. Look who's out. Hi, Bluesy. Hi, babies.
Hi, buddy. Oh my gosh, they're so stinking cute.
They are.
So this is what they do. They play for a little while, and then all three of them jumped down from the little pallets and came running over here to the shelter. So they're getting their napping spot ready. They all three did that on their own.
We're seeing longer times that they're out and active though now in between these naps, where on day one it's pretty much just nap.
What are you doing, guys?
The fact that Blue is over here eating the hay like this and letting us be over here by the babies, huge graduation from what it was like with Larry and Harry.
Oh yeah.
She was following us around, watching our hands. If they got close to the goatlets, she'd lean in at the same time, and she's way more comfortable with us this go around, which is fantastic. And I think we should be able to hold them a little more and cuddle them and all that stuff in the coming days and weeks, but we're still monitoring to see. Just sticking their little heads through there. But we're still monitoring them to see better control of their movement, better control of their legs, their intentional jumping around and landing and all that stuff before much acclimation to the animals will ever take place. Because yes, I want to bring Herc in here real bad, and yes, I'd love to get them out around them, but they're just too small and they are not agile enough. They don't have it all together yet. They're just little bouncy, cute things.
We're also being very respectful of Blue and letting her have her time with them and protect them. And that's why we're not handling them a whole lot, is because we want her to feel comfortable.
Yeah, but it's going well. We got the camera on him. Shannon and I are watching it way more than I care to admit. Speaking of watching something, Shannon and I got some great comments on name ideas for these three. Just kind of staying with the blues theme and Blue in general and all that. And one of the suggestions was the Blues Brothers. Their names are Jake and Elwood, and that's really fun and cute. But we were like, well, I've never actually seen the whole movie or much of it at all. But we are familiar with Jim Belushi because of According to Jim. Nala watches According to Jim all day while she's up in the camper. I have to admit, the movie was a little raunchier than I anticipated as far as the language. So, if you haven't seen it, just be aware of the audience when they go to watch it. And it was a good movie. We really liked blues music. And in fact, back when we had our motorcycle, our Harley, we'd go down to Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue in Northwest Arkansas. And we just really enjoyed that. It was our peaceful time. And so the movie was very entertaining from that perspective. But I don't know, are we sold on those names?
I don't think I'm sold on those names yet.
Yeah. We even had one for the little girl. So we thought, and we kind of use it around each other, just in the camper and out here. And they're just not feeling right. And that one, I don't know, we're just weird about it. But we got time. They don't respond to their name at all right now because they don't have one. And so we got plenty of time, but we're back to the drawing board still. So if you guys have suggestions, feel free to throw them down below. We're going through them and some of them might stick.
Yeah. Hey, little one.
Did someone say my name? I don't know if the microphone's picking that up, but Blue's just making that real small little and then these guys are firing back with their little and they just kind of talk that way. It's so adorable. It's still fascinating to me. Absolutely fascinating. There you go, little guy. Can't resist. The cuteness is taking over. She wants to hold one.
What if I just sit right here in the doorway with you right here, and you can see me holding it the whole time? She's like, they just laid down to sleep. Can I hold you, little one? Hey, buddy.
You're okay, Herc.
You are so cute and little.
And that's the other boy, right? The one with the short ears, and then this one.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, can you get that little piece of hay off his mouth? I think he was trying to be like his mama. No squeals yet. That's good. No snorts from Bluesy.
They're so soft. All right, good. I won't keep you. Thanks, Blue.
Good girl.
Thank you. You look tired. Is it nap time? Yeah. You got some sleepy eyes.
That's the girl, probably. It's kind of hard to tell because they all have a little bit of brown and black feet. Good job, Miss Blue.
Watching from afar. Yeah, you can smell them on me. Yeah, you can smell them on me, huh?
he is getting anxious to go in there, and I know he's sad facing. He needs to go in there. It's okay. I think we mentioned this in the last video, but we're just doing what we know. He's still got puppy mannerisms. It happens. And so we don't need to introduce additional stress to anybody. Today's Monday. They were born last Wednesday. So they're still just little tykes. And Herc gets a little hyper. Blue gets a little defensive. So we're just not doing it quite yet. I kind of originally had stated, let's give it at least a week. We'll see how well the little goats are getting around and stuff. And as of right now, we're still going to stick to that. So maybe in the next video, we'll throw his leash and collar on him and get him in there and just kind of see how they do for a very short period of time. Ease into it. Really? Are you gonna sing to us? Because I really don't like your songs. What you think of them birds up there, Herc?
We've got to figure out a way to get Harry cleaned up today.
Bath time?
Something.
Yeah, there was a little incident between he and Herc last night, and it was rainy, it was gross, and somehow when he was running from Hercules, I'm guessing maybe he slipped and fell, and he slid right through one of Herc's big bombs, and so he stamped his side.
He got a big old clump of... I tried to clean him up as best as I could last night, but he wouldn't really let me.
Yeah, he was...
It's pretty...
kind of hard to get.
Right,
okay. You did do a good job for what you had to work with.
Yeah, that's just... It's gross. There's still quite a bit there. Can I get you cleaned up, little guy? It's gonna take.
Don't let him bite your finger like I did.
Oh, I won't. Trust me.
We actually have some quiet hay eaters today. Everybody's being calm. Even that guy back there, who's not usually that calm at the hay feeder. A lot of it is because Luigi decided to eat over there, which is fantastic. There's my little finger biter. Not your fault. This little guy said, I'm not ready to nap yet. You're okay, buddy. I know. You just want to go in there and see those babies, don't you? Soon. You see how protective Blue gets when you come over. I don't think she's quite ready, buddy. We can kind of force the issue, but we just need a little bit more time, okay? It's hard to
trip nonstop.
Hard to get things done in here with these goats and their curiosity. What is that?
This is stall dry. I'm gonna see if it helps soak up some of this water in here. It is disgusting.
What is stall dry, babe?
I don't really know. Absorbent and deodorizer. It's supposed to help.
It's dusty.
Herc, don't eat it.
Hercules. Hey. So you have been using those pine shavings, right? Isn't that what the other stuff is?
Yeah. I don't know. This could be a bad idea.
So we really like the pine pellets a lot. However, there's a caveat. It does a great job when it rains and the animals walk on it and stuff. That's what all this light brown color is. You gonna eat now? That's a good boy, Hercules. Thank you. So we lined our path right here all the way up. And when it started raining yesterday, the trail wasn't quite as wide as it is. And so when that stuff gets wet, it absorbs all the water and expands. So Shanon kind of raked it out a couple different times. And then she put a line going up our impromptu driveway up to her office. And it helps a lot so that you're not sliding in the mud, you're not getting your boots all muddy, clothes all muddy. The problem is you now get your boots and your clothes all sawdusty. And I don't even have the other boots on that are covered in it because they're up there in the shed drying out. And it's bittersweet. It works really, really well, and we like it. It's just messy, and it sticks around for a while. It's also the stuff we made the trail down to the hay shed. That way we're not sliding down the hill when it's all muddy out. So we're trying different solutions. That stuff has worked great up there for the birds. Very, very good. Especially since there's some cover over them. It doesn't get soaked and real thick real quick, which is good. So we're just kind of practicing with it. I do like the smell of the pine stuff a little better.
Yeah, it just needs to be, I don't know, pressed down a little bit more and compacted a little bit more, and I think it'll be good, just like it is over here, but
yeah,
it just takes time.
Yeah. Well, and you're kind of figuring out, like, how precise do you need to be when you're putting it down? Like, can you just walk and pour out the bag, or can you pour it out and rake it down?
Well, also, I think I poured it down way too thick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. a little precision additive.
Yeah, my bad.
No. I appreciate you doing it. It helps. It's just, yeah, then you got to think, like, where are you tracking it in? What boots are you going to wear and cover up with it all? And how much is Hurt going to get in it whenever he lays down to be belly scratched?
Yeah.
It's my ankle pusher. Oh, no, come on now, Shin Buster. Should have named you Shin Buster, you know it, Koopa? Little goober. Hey. You know, there's a lot of trees.
Yeah.
A lot of trees down in Goatville down there that you could be doing that on. Yeah, but it's more fun on you. Spruce is still determining how much he's gonna let Larry be his little buddy. Larry's standing up to him, and I almost think it's actually strengthening their relationship a little bit, because Spruce could manhandle Larry. And does sometimes. But we'll catch them down here, side by side, hanging out, eating hay together, and Spruce isn't always making noise. Wrong-o. I don't like Larry. I don't like any of these other goats. I'm special. Special Spruce. Wide load. Coming through.
What's up?
I'm gonna get everybody out of this one over here. Get out of there, boys. Go on. Spruce coming in.
Peter out of there.
Oh, I'll find that out in a minute. Get out of here, Koopa. Go on before I gotta do something about it. Whenever he got in trouble this morning, we locked him in this nursery for a little bit until we could come down and feed. And when Shanon was putting him in here, Mr. Spruce comes over to the gate and like, hey, that's my Hercules. I won't go in there with him. We got to work together on things, Mom. He's a goober.
He's huge. He is.
He's big goat.
Big.
He's a big goat.
Yeah.
So the mystery remains. They don't have names yet. We talk about it a lot. We're trying to figure it out. But we kind of like to learn their personalities a little better. And we're noticing some differences in attitudes and dominance and all that stuff. But it's so hard when they're so little and not super active yet. Today's actually the most activity we've seen out of them since they were born.
I think I probably need to hold him a little bit more before I can decide names.
That makes sense.
Well, I'm super hopeful that we can get back to some projects now that Blue has her babies. I'm getting super anxious to work on the office and make some more progress up there.
Coming out of a couple of rainy days just kind of wears on you after a while. So
yeah.
Very thankful to see the sun. I want to get some stuff done outside, get a little vitamin D myself. Plenty to do.
Always plenty to do.
But it's rewarding whenever you get to spend time doing it.
Yeah.
Goats are down in Goatville. Love to see that. All right, guys. Well, throw your comments down below of suggestions for names. We'll try to get to all of them. And if some of them stick out, we may steal them.
I don't know. Kyle may have said this already, but right now, Jake and Elwood are out of the question.
Yeah.
They're out of the options. We've thought about it. We considered it.
We watched the movie.
And I don't think I can go that direction.
Yeah, I love the idea, the Blues Brothers, last name Blues, all that stuff, but it just didn't resonate with us like we wanted it to.
No.
And that's okay. All right, guys. Well, we're going to go enjoy the sunshine. We love and appreciate each and every one of you. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.